All right, so we're in here. I'm the Shock Exchange recording. This is Trump and the GE. This is Trump and the GE. Is Iryna Zarutska the next Flashpoint? And for a lot of people who aren't aware, there was a murder in public on public transportation on a train in Charlotte, North Carolina, a few days ago. A homeless man stabbed a Iryna Zarutska, a white lady from the Ukraine, in plain sight from behind. She never even saw it coming, never had a chance to defend herself. This is on public transit, which is shocking. That you don't have crimes in these cities, major cities, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Chicago, what have you, in broad daylight. Some of the stuff seemed like it's kind of shocking because a lot of it seemed to appear during the pandemic, and so after the pandemic, it continued. So now we think this is normal. It's almost become normalized, but it's getting some traction with the powers that be. And so here's an article from CNN describing the incident. It says this is from describing the incident. It says Iryna Zarutska, 23, was fatally stabbed in August while on Charlotte, North Carolina light rail train. Just another passenger when she boarded the late night blue line train after it pulled into Scaly Bark Station, just a few miles outside of downtown Charlotte. It says nearby passengers, a 23-year-old bowed her head as the train continued on, absorbed by the phone in her hand. It says about 4 minutes after she sat down, DeCarlos Brown, the passenger behind her, dug into the fold of his clothes and took out what appeared to be a knife. For a moment, he looked back out the window as if that was all he was going to do, but in a quick movement, he launched up and swung his arm over the seat and fatally stabbed Zarutska, who clutched her face and throat before slouching to the ground. Said she died on the train from her injuries, and his passenger kneeled over trying to help. Okay. It says in the days after the release video of the attack, the stabbing, and Brown's lengthy criminal history, including convictions of armed robbery, larceny, and breaking and entering, have been decried by the Trump administration and conservative politicians as an example of the violent crime they say plagues many Democrat-led cities across the country. The crime has become a rallying cry as the administration seeks to justify the employment of federal troops in Los Angeles and Washington, D.C., even as President Donald Trump threatens to deploy the National Guard to Chicago. Okay, this could be a flashpoint. And flashpoints is something, events that happen that leads to riots and uprising, what have you, just like the George Floyd incident was a flashpoint a few years ago. The Rodney King incident in Los Angeles was a flashpoint when I just got out of college. The trial where the police officers got off for beating Rodney King led to riots in L.A. that lasted for days. They burned L.A. down. So this could be a flashpoint where a lot of people are upset about this. For one, you have an immigrant who came here from war-torn Ukraine looking for a better life. She left violence. She left war and gets murdered on a train in the United States that's known for safety and that people come here as a flight to safety. Murdered in broad daylight. She never even had a chance to defend herself. There was a black homeless person killing a white woman. Optically, it doesn't look good. I'm just being honest. And the U.S. is not going to stand for it. White America is not going to stand for it. Then you have the President Trump calling out wanton crime in major cities in Washington, D.C., Chicago, Baltimore, Los Angeles, Oakland. And all to bring these crime rates down. That where basically some of these cities are at third world country levels. It's higher than third world countries. It's not going to be allowed in this country. He's already brought the troops into Washington, D.C., torn down homeless encampments, moved homeless people out of D.C., beautified D.C., and brought crime down dramatically. And the D.C. Mayor, Muriel Bowser, has thanked them for it. That the troops have helped D.C. with some of the more problematic areas of crime that they've had issues with over the past, that they've had trouble bringing down. The the Flashpoint in Washington D.C. was one of when a Doge worker was beaten up by some youth in Washington D.C. He was trying to help his girlfriend who was about to be carjacked, allegedly, and they beat the guy up. The guy said he thought he was dead. He worked under Elon Musk, and he worked for Doge directly, which is part of the government. So you have Elon Musk tweeting about it. You had President Trump talking about it, and Trump brought in troops. So this touches a lot of issues where, again, you have wanton crime in some cities. You have homelessness problem. You have crime that violence against regular citizens in broad daylight. And Trump has already brought the troops into Washington D.C. and he's threatening to bring the troops into Chicago. And so, how white people ride is a little different from how black people ride. How white people ride, they call Congress, they call the president, they call policymakers who change laws, who have tougher, who bring laws that bring tougher sentencing for crime. And this guy has a history of crime, and he's been in and out of jail. Now he's murdered somebody. And so the another flashpoint was a Daniel Penny incident where he, a former military person, choked out a homeless man on the New York subway who was threatening people. And Republicans rallied around Daniel Penny. Became a rallying cry for the Republican Party. He was brought up on manslaughter charges. He got off, and he's considered a hero by many because even though that homeless man hadn't seriously hurt somebody before, he could have. Who knows? And now you have a homeless person who actually did injure someone, who murdered somebody, who's been in and out of jail. Now he murdered somebody. So this could be a flashpoint for the Republican Party and for a lot of conservative Americans who want to bring tougher crime laws, who want to clean up these cities, who want to bring more troops into cities around the country. And I'm sure it's going to be an issue when these congressional seats come up and during the midterm election. Also, when these Senate seats come up. I think Senator Tom Tillis just left his Senate seat, and so this could be an issue that is going to be addressed during these debates, and whoever has comes off as the toughest on crime could get elected. As the U.S. said, we're not going to tolerate this anymore, and you don't hear a lot of this on corporate media addressing it. So this could be a flashpoint that, again, a lot of conservative Americans, politicians, and lawmakers push this issue because the corporate media won't touch it. So that's Trump and the GE. Is Iryna Zarutska the next flashpoint? I think so. Thank you.